Hey fam, this is Peter. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do a review video here. This is my personal bass rig, the Trace Elliot ELF, paired with the 10-inch cabinet. It's tiny, some green and black, I like that color, and it seriously delivers. I use this exact setup for local gigs, smaller wedding, events, even, bigger size. It fits in one hand, set up in second, and sounds like way bigger than it looks. Right, here's what I'm working with. The ELF head puts out like 200 watts at 4 ohms, and the 10-inch cabinet handles like 300 watts with a neodymium speaker. Light, tight, and it's ready. Sure, I play a bunch of outdoor wedding, jazz gigs with a upright bass right here. Even like church gigs, it sounds really good. I use it for minor sometimes. Never had a problem. Never had to worry about the space or tone. Okay, so build-wise, this thing is pretty solid. All metal stuff and some fan noise, but it runs really cool even during longer sets. And when I'm heading to a gig, I throw this head in my car and carry the cab in one hand. It's pretty light. And no more hauling huge rigs for small, small rooms. It's just, perfect. It fits. If you need more, you can add one more cap. So it's like 600 watts cap, pretty good. Controls are that simple, gain, bass, mid, treble, volume. So the LED clips gently when your input's hot it's gonna turn into red. So you can kind of, check. But mostly you'll see the green signal. And on the back, you've got a DI out. It runs straight into the PA system or right here audio interface like me. No issues. It's very clean signal, no noise. And headphone part right here, it's great for quiet hotel and you can practice at the night. So let's talk about the tone. So I'm gonna let you hear the fan noise I got. It doesn't really bother when I play. So here's the tone, finger style. Let's try it. My bass, passive mode, full volume, full tone, mid position for the pickups. And then flat EQ. Pretty cool, right? Very clean. I like it. And then now a little bit of slap tone. Very punch. Even though it's like 10-inch cabinet, oh man, this is crazy. I'm not sure if you can hear it, Okay, so I sometimes use my pick for the gig. So here's a pick sound. So when I pick, kind of cut the tone. Even finger tone is great. After like over maybe 2 years regular gigging with this rig, here's my real world pros and cons. Ultra portable, so one trip rig, life is real. I just put this thing in my bass bag. With one hand you can carry this thing, you know, very light. And tight and clean DI. Whenever I go and then they want to work with the PA system, you can just plug in. So works great every time with the front of house. You know, it's got a punch growl too, so you always cut through without, you know, being too boomy. And con side, with just one 10-inch, don't expect, you know, massive low-end rumble. So maybe you need one more to do that. But this shines best in small, medium rooms for sure. And no onboard compressor or, you know, accessories like fancy stuff, but worth nothing. Okay, so if you're gigging small venues like jazz club, acoustic sets, or wedding events like I do, and you're tired of carrying like huge rigs and heavy cabinet stuff, this setup is honestly pretty, you know, hard to beat. It's not flash, but it gets the job done every single time. You know, tone is very good, reliable, clean tone, and it fits in my, you know, car with all the stuff for sure. For working bassists playing real gigs, this is a total win. Okay, so what's your go-to gigging rig for tight space or events? Drop it, comment. Always curious what other working bass are using. Before I used, you know, Aguilar Tonehammer 500, and even I had a 350, but that was, you know, pretty heavy. But this is super tiny, so you can just put it in the bass bag. And if you want more real world gear reviews and tone tests from someone actually using this stuff, you know, like me, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.